season, Barbara Brown introduced us to the slow food movement. And during our trip to Indianapolis, we found a garden dedicated to slow food. Joining me now is Laura Henderson to tell us about slow food. Well, Laura, this is a beautiful garden, and I just love that it is in the middle of the city. It's fabulous.
Thank you. I love that it's in the middle of the city too. It's amazing to be here at the juncture of so much activity, people walking by, not suspecting to find a vegetable garden here. This is our second year here.
And we're in an urban state park, so there's a lot of activity around here. There's museums, and you must get many, many visitors.
Yeah, we're in White River State Park, and it's exciting because we get so many different kinds of visitors. People who work in the area, people who are staying in town for a conference, people who are coming through on their way to a baseball game.
Yeah.
So it's fun. We get to talk to a whole variety of ages and people of different backgrounds and different interest levels in gardening.
It's a wonderful opportunity. Now, as you're teaching about slow food, you look at it from three main concepts. Tell me about those.
Yeah, we present slow food as being an idea of farmers and producers and consumers for a food system in which food that is good, clean, and fair is available for everyone.
Okay, and by good you mean?
By good we mean food that is tasty and nutritious, it's good for the body, it's good for the soul, and that it's a pleasure to consume it.
And it's certainly much tastier when it's fresh out of the garden.
It sure is.
And clean. Clean was the second one.
Yes, by clean we mean food that is produced without the use of pesticides and herbicides and synthetic fertilizers. So it's clean in the sense of when we put it into our bodies, it's clean, and when we're growing it in the ground, it's clean for the environment, the ecology surrounding it.
Kind of a full system approach.
It is, yeah.
And the final, it's fair.
It's fair. So the idea with food that is fair is that everyone in the supply chain, from the farmer and farm workers to the consumer, has a fair price for the work that they're performing or the food that they're purchasing and consuming.
Okay, well that's, I think, really good values that we can all strive for.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you've been doing to promote this fair food really is finding it locally.
Sure.
Kind of cutting out the middleman, and you've been promoting the 5 ways to
Five ways to eat local.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our what we think are the 5 easiest ways to eat local. Of course, the most obvious probably is having your own garden. You can have your own garden, grow your own. If you can't grow your own, then we have lots of farmers markets throughout the week in Indianapolis. We even have a full winter season farmers market that uses all local growers. And you can take that, if you can't make it to the farmer's market, but you really want to have fresh produce every week, then there are a lot of farms that offer what's called a community-supported agriculture program. We describe that very simply as a vegetable subscription program. So you become a member, an investor in the farm, and each week your return is a box of fresh produce.
Yeah, you're buying a share of the profit, the produce.
Exactly.
Very good.
And then if you maybe, when you don't want to cook your own food, because all of those 3 ways are ways that you take fresh produce and prepare it for yourself.
Your own.
If you want to go out, then you go to a restaurant, any kind of food establishment, and you can choose to support food establishments that are using locally sourced ingredients in the food that they provide. And if you go to a restaurant and they don't, then if it's one of your favorites, you can encourage them to try it out.
Engage them in that conversation.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then the final way to eat local kind of goes back to the whole produce side of things, and that is choosing to shop with brick and mortar markets and grocery stores, food co-ops, where you're doing your grocery shopping and choosing places that are buying from local farms.
We have a wonderful statewide food co-op in Oklahoma,
great.
So we have all these options as well.
We just got our first food co-op in December in Indianapolis.
Excellent, excellent. Well, one last thing I wanted to touch on. You've been partnering with a medical center and really promoting health. Just tell us a little bit about.
We've partnered with Wishard Health Services and our grader. So I'm with Growing Places Indy, and we operate the garden here at White River State Park. And our mission is to empower individuals and communities to grow well, eat well, live well, and be well. And so in our partnership with Wishard, we are looking at, how do we put that into action, making sure that people can grow their own food if they choose to do that, and that when they're doing that, they're using safe growing practices, that everyone has access to eat health-supporting foods, that everyone has the knowledge and the resources to live well. And if you're growing well or eating food that is grown well, if you're eating well, that enhances your capacity to live well, and all three together enhance our capacity to be well, the greater wellness aspect of it. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a wonderful demonstration garden.
Thank you.
With a really good cause. I hope you have inspired some of our Oklahoma gardeners to join the cause of the slow food movement.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.